have a look quick.
Okay, looks like we are live.
Awesome sauce. And I can confirm you are live.
Cool. I have absolutely got the wrong Discord overlay on at the moment.
Oops. And I can confirm I've just turned the volume off on the tablet now.
So, the way how they say that the key to professional streaming is preparation, yeah, I don't do any of that.
Hit the button and see what happens.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Often tend to find myself doing last minute setup things after I've gone live, but anyhow. Anyway, we are now live with Railroads Online. And over there at the other end of the train is Trains with Nick.
Hiya.
And this is part 2 of our collaboration. What are we doing today?
Right, so today we've got a bit of an up session for you. Killer Cans here will be taking on driving duties while I am the conductor.
Ooh.
And as an added bonus, we will be recording a video as well that will be going live on my channel Friday evening.
Yes, we are indeed. First time we're actually going to be in a YouTube series, so yeah. That'll be something new.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to it. I will say though, when I say goodbye, please don't leave the stream. We will continue streaming afterwards.
Yep, indeed. Let's see, should we get rid of this tree here? Because it's kind of very close to the track, isn't it? Let's just chop this down.
Yes, indeed. Let's actually, we can clear a few out before we get started.
Can you get one to spin? Oh no, they're all just going to fall down sensibly, aren't they? Oh, well, that one kind of spun a little bit.
I think if
Mrs.
we
Gilligan's
can
in the
find
background.
one that's in the track bed, then they'll spin and do somersaults and all sorts of wonderful things.
Yeah, I suppose they're all standing on their own over there, weren't they? Alright, so I am doing some driving. Yes. Hello, Betsy. How's Betsy looking on fuel? None in the firebox at the moment. That's not a problem.
Right, let's get this video started then. Hello everyone, welcome to Railroads Online. Me, Trains with Nick, and I'm joined today with Killer Cans.
Hello.
Anyone who is into Transport Pt2 will need no introduction as to who Killer Cans is. Master mod maker, all-round train aficionado, and genius.
Oh, well, thank you.
No problem.
That's high praise indeed.
Alright, today we are going to be doing a bit of an up session for you. We are also streaming this live over on Killer Can's Twitch channel. I will have a link for you in the description. The plan is to record these on Wednesday evenings, and we're probably going to be streaming during Fridays, possibly Saturday evenings as well. So go give him a follow on his Twitch channel and stay live with all the gubbins. But anyway, Killer Cans is our driver for today. I'm going to be doing the conducting duties, and with that, let's get into it.
Right, so we've got old Betsy here. Just going to back her up into the wagons.
Yep. 1 car length, half a car length, 1 truck, and that'll do you.
There we go.
If I can just get myself positioned.
And I can see the pin going in. Looks like the handbrake's going off as well.
Make sure the handbrake's fully off. And you're clear to go.
Excellent. Right, so we're going to head up and grab some logs to deliver here.
Away we go. So my duties are just to sit here, monitor the train, make sure we don't lose any wagons on the way until we get to the other end. And then I'll be taking care of any points that need changing and assisting with the loading.
And my job will be to get us up to the logging camp using as little water as possible. Because while Betsy is nice and powerful, she doesn't really have a lot of fuel storage.
That is indeed one of the drawbacks to this loco, but power-wise, she's an absolute little beast.
Absolutely. Yes, we've only got about 205 units of water left in the settle tanks, so efficient driving is the key until we can find ourselves a water tower. But we do seem to have plenty of firewood at the moment, so that's not a problem.
Yes, I was just taking a look at the mill pond before we left, and I don't think we'll actually be able to drop all of this wagon, but it does give us the opportunity to go and get our other rake of wagons and deliver some lumber.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Also, if all the logs don't fit into the pond, we could always drop some off at the refueling station, the firewood depot. Because that will probably be able to take some more at this stage, if I remember rightly.
I believe so, yes.
Ooh, this point in front of me is pointing left. I don't think we want to go that way.
Oh no.
Oh, might have to back it up a bit if I overrun slightly.
So this is my first official duty since leaving the yard. Okay,
There we go.
once all clear.
Oh, rolling backwards slightly.
Just
Come
going
on,
to
Betsy, you can do this.
take a ride on the front of the train just so I can keep an eye on the next set of points. It should be set correctly, but
Thank
Want to
you,
make sure.
Steckheads, for the follow. And welcome to the channel. If you are new here, we are
it's
doing a
worth
collaboration
noting
here
that
with Trains
all
with
the
Nick.
track work in this area is subject to change. Oh,
And we are in
And
fact
we are
doing a collaboration live stream
clear
here
in.
because Nick is currently recording for his YouTube series. We'll just stop up here and pick up. So we want to line up so that the wagon is roughly lined up so that the crane is roughly in the middle of the wagon. That's what I was trying to say. And I think I might have overrun that slightly.
slightly, but I think we'll be okay there.
I'll be okay with that.
Now the task begins of going back and forth between the cranes, loading up the train, and then our driver will shunt forward once we have 2 completely full wagons.
Hi there, Kev. That's not a good emblem on the front of that logo. Ah, yes, back when Nick was being our figurehead. Yeah. Yes, we're going to load up with logs here and take them back to the sawmill. And possibly the refuel depot as well. Right, looks like one more on each, and then I'll need to move forward a bit.
Okay, all loaded. 1 car length, please, driver. That'll do nicely.
There we go. So if you want to do the back crane, I could do this one.
Yep, that'll save me running back and forth. And as you can see here, logs are restacking as fast as we can use them. I don't know if that will change in later development of the game, but certainly for now we've got more than enough logs.
Yeah, that is something that I've noticed as well. The fact that the logs refill faster than you can actually load them it gives it the feeling of an infinite supply, really, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I suppose it's good for people who are starting out. They don't have to worry about running out of supply to sell. But as your network expands, you're not really going to have any issues, I wouldn't have thought.
That is true. I believe the logging camp is the only industry on the map so far that doesn't require any input to be able to produce. So the logging camp here is very much the beginning of the industry chain.
Yep. Right. 3 car lengths, please, driver.
All 3 this time.
One car length, half, 1 truck, and that'll do nicely. One thing for you guys to know, if you weren't here for Killican's stream, is the bowing of the wagons as they fill.
Yes, this is a lovely detail that I really, really like from this game. As we can see, if we get ourselves at a nice angle here, you can see that the beam underneath there, nice and straight, until we start loading. And if I can line myself up nicely with these ones, you can just about see that they are sagging under the weight of the load, which is a very nice detail indeed. I love that they've modelled that. Ooh, this wagon didn't seem to accept that log.
No, oddly, I'm loading up the wrong wagon.
Yeah, I think we're slightly misaligned on this. Might need to go forward just a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd say give it
That's loading up on the middle one, isn't
half
it?
a car length.
About half a car, right up.
Yeah, that should do it.
And also, Kev in my live stream chat has just commented that the wagons sag even more by the time you reach your destination.
Oh, really? I hadn't noticed that. I'll have to keep an eye out for it.
Keep an eye on that one, yeah.
Just gonna pop this handbrake on here. I have noticed the wagon creeping back as we're loading. So that may explain why we ended up with misalignment.
Yeah, it's possible that the coupling started to do the slack kind of thing, and it started rolling backwards a little bit, possibly.
Yeah, we may have a slight gradient on the track. I'm not sure.
It's possible I didn't get the animation for that one. Oh, well. There we go. Animation for the last log.
Okay, 1 car length when you're ready, driver.
1 car length indeed, and the loco is all the way over here now, so...
Certainly be ready for a British rail sandwich by the end of this. Half a car length. And that should do nicely.
Excellent, I will need to feed the fire. There we go, that should prevent Betsy from getting cold. We're going to do a locomotive runaround after we are loaded.
Indeed. Take advantage of the facilities.
That wagon's loaded, I'll just hop back in the engine.
Okay. Just grabbing the last log now. Okay, 1 wagon when you're ready.
1 wagon it is.
And half cart. And that'll do. Now, unfortunately, because I only have a rake of 10 cars, we can't load up these last 2 simultaneously.
Well, while you're loading up that one, I could do a locomotive runaround.
Indeed. Let me just pop a couple of handbrakes on. Okay, clear to run around.
I'll put the handbrake on the wagon on this end as well, just in case.
Okay.
Okay, I'm uncoupled.
And point is changed at the far end, ready.
Excellent. Bit of a cheeky move, this, but you know.
We'll get ready for a nice cheeky screenshot as Killer Cans comes by. You're clear. Point is changed. Come on forward.
Right, it looks to me like I don't have a link on the front, so...
Indeed, so if you could hold short. Link in. One car. Half a car. Bogey. And you're there. Brakes this end released. One car length, please. Half a car. And about there should do. Thank you.
Okay, while you're loading that, I will take the handbrake off the other end.
Maybe worth resetting the point down there at the same time.
I've already done that.
Alright.
So that's ready for us next time we're here. And that looks like we are all loaded.
We are indeed. Route is clear. Take it away when you're ready.
So when we get to the sawmill, Betsy is going to need to be refueled. We are down to 131 water. So we're using it up pretty quick. Well, I do believe we have a refueling area at the sawmill, so we should be alright.
Yeah, that should work out ideal actually. Get to show refueling of the loco.
We've already got 133 hours in the game.
I believe
Nice.
we should have enough time just to run a light engine down to the freight depot and collect our cars for the next job.
Indeed, those will be the Tier 2 flat wagons.
They will indeed, and I do have a surprise for you when we get there.
Ooh, a surprise. Yeah, I don't think I've quite reached 100 hours yet, but I think I'm getting close to about 80 hours in this game. I haven't been able to put it down since I bought it. I'm really enjoying it. I was kind of surprised as well, because I wasn't sure at first, because, you know, American narrow gauge, but actually you can sort of see past that, and it's kind of fun. Now I'm going to get all the hate from the people sort of saying, oh, why don't you like American narrow gauge? Well, I'm sorry, but it's not British. I'm very patriotic when it comes to trains, you know. Yeah, 76 from what I see. Yeah, I wasn't sure of the exact number, but I knew I was heading towards 80.
So. Home stretch now.
Alright, here we go. We've still got 120 water, so I can see the tower over there, so we do have one. In fact, we built that last time, didn't we?
We did indeed. And we should have the runaround set in place as well.
Well, we shall find out shortly.
Okay, about half a car length.
Oh, stop there. Just roll backwards a little bit.
Let's see where...
That should do, I think.
Well, yep, that should do nicely. Right, I'll just bring up our screen so you can see the funds. And you start, logs are tumbling. See, just keeping an eye to my left hand side here to make sure we don't overflow the mill pond. I believe we'll get one more wagon in here. So 98, yeah.
Well, these front two, I believe, will go into the firewood depot. There's plenty of space there.
It will indeed. So I can move myself out of the way so I'm not getting bashed on the head.
Just move back a little bit.
Yep, about half a car. And that should do.
There we go. Yes, I thought it was a really nice placement for the firewood depot. That's kind of why I put it there last time round.
In fact, we can get one more car if you wish to call
could,
forward.
yeah.
Three car lengths. Two cars. One car. Half a car. And about there. Yeah.
How's that doing? Do you think you can squeeze one more in there? What have we got? 27 out of 32. Ooh, that's not quite a full car, is it?
Trying to see if the firewood depot will use another one. I think what we'll do is we'll detach for now, run the train round, service it, and if need be we can always push back.
Indeed. So if I put the handbrake on this side. unhook the train, and then we can drive Betsy back round to the refuel point.
Let's make sure once they're set correctly, they are indeed. Come on back. Once they're set.
Betsy does feel like she has a bit more go to her when she's not pulling all those wagons.
It certainly makes a difference having those 10 on board.
Let's line her up with the water tower.
Right. Can you give me about 5 inches?
Well, I'd say it's about there. It's the middle hatch, isn't it, for the water?
Yeah, we're in line with the bell at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about that. Oh. Bit too much now. Mind you, we do have some left and right movement. Yeah, there we go. Now Killer Cans is going to refuel the water.
If I can open the lid, there we go.
And there we go. As you can see, next to it we do have the sand house, but we haven't required any sanding so far, so that's not necessary.
And going by the water gauge in the cab, we are now full.
Okay. Let's raise that back up. Certainly seems a bit more awkward to control now. I remember being able to move the water tower in one swift motion.
It's a little bit awkward, but it takes a bit of practice. But, that's not such a bad thing. Anyway, let's move forward a bit and fill up with the firewood. And admittedly, we didn't use a lot of it, but we might as well fill up the cab anyway. We're going to take it from the one on the end.
We could do, yeah, that seems to be... Mind you, they're all over the place. 95, 100, 90, 95. Just check the other side. Yeah, so 27 and 32, so hopefully by the time we've taken the wood out of here it would allow us another wagon, but that will be for the next video. So we're going to cut the video here, guys. If you are watching the live stream, just a reminder, we are going to continue streaming, and if you do want to catch the live streams or indeed the VOD of this, links to Killer Can's YouTube and Twitch will be below. But apart from that, thank you very much for joining us, and catch you next time. Bye.
See you next week. Cheerio.
And there we go.
And there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen in the Twitch channel, we're not actually ending the live stream. As we mentioned right at the start, we are in fact recording for Trains with Nick's YouTube channel. And that was a good half hour's worth of footage to go into the first video. But we are going to carry on live streaming for a little bit. We do have some more bits and pieces that we're going to do off the YouTube series. I think you wanted to minimise the amount of time we spend building stuff on the YouTube series, did you not?
Yeah, the track laying can be a bit finicky, and it just better suited to live streaming.
Yeah, indeed.
It can be a bit boring watching 10 minutes of laying the curve, which is the difficulty we've got now. We've got to somehow try and bring this round to connect up over here.
Ooh, that's going to be a curve and a half, isn't it, that one?
Yeah, I think we can cut the straight back a bit. I have tried off screen and let's just say my efforts weren't all that great.
Well, we can certainly give it a go. We're going to head up to the depot?
Yep, we can head up there and grab our wagons, bring them in. So the main issue we've got at the moment, of course, is once we bring those in, we kind of lock the loco in behind the wagons.
There's no runaround loop on that end yet, is there?
No.
Alright, well, yeah, we can bring the wagons in and then we could probably finish off that loop behind there. Because that...
Yeah.
Yeah, that is linked up to this bit of track here, isn't it? That goes around.
It is, yeah. And what I was thinking of was right around where this hill ends and we straighten out, if we can get some points in here, we can have a run round loop start here that also leads into the eventual yard, just to make it a bit more complicated.
We could probably squeeze one in right where this straight bit is, actually. It looks about long enough.
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly a bit more space, but...
Yeah, as long as it doesn't encroach into the hill, we should be fine.
Yeah, that might be alright. But we'll give that a go in a minute, because like I said, we're going to bring up the wagons first and see what the surprise is that you've got for me.
Oh, yes.
Alright, so do you want to drive this time? I can be your figurehead.
Yeah.
Because it turns out that Betsy does have a plate that you can stand on right about here. Yeah.
Away we go. Oh,
yeah, away we go indeed.
A little bit too much regulator there.
And I've just got myself my thumbnail. Although, I need to change the points up in front, don't I?
You do indeed.
Okay, that one's set, and this one up here wants to go left, doesn't it? If we're heading to the freight depot.
It does. We may have to change your name to Kangaroo Cans.
Oh yeah, I keep bunny hopping. It's just it's just out of habit, really. Just reach through the window of your cab and ring the bell.
I've got to change my angle. It keeps activating on the bell and then coming off. It looks like the bell was on fire.
Okay, so further on up here, we do have a junction at some point where these two lines merge together. And I can't remember which way that one sets, so...
I believe it's going to be set against us.
Possibly.
As I foolishly took the train up to the logging camp thinking the log cars would be there, and they weren't.
Ah. And unfortunately, this game doesn't have spring-loaded points, so if they are set against us, Betsy will derail in very spectacular fashion. And I can see the switch now, and it is set against us, so I better run away down the track, being chased by Betsy. I am not faster than Betsy. Alright, now I am. Here we go. And I need to switch the first one. Switch, come on. There we go. Now clear. Looks like we are going into the platform on this route. Do we want to go straight on to the...
correct.
Yeah. Didn't know if we wanted to go straight on into spawn or into the platform.
Round to the depot itself. And there's your first surprise. That on the
Ooh,
left.
is that a tier 3 flat wagon on the left, I see?
That is.
Oh, it's two of them.
I have begun the rake.
Ah. So they will be good for collecting cordwood, which sells for, I think it was like $75 per car or something like that. Was it 80? I can't remember now. I'll have to check my cheat sheet.
That's the regulator, not the brake.
Let's just turn the handbrake on here. Here we go. And we are connected.
Awesome.
So make sure the handbrakes are off.
I believe they should have had a couple set.
I have a habit of setting front and rear handbrakes on whenever I leave a rake of wagons behind, so can't remember if I did that with this lot or... It looks like the brakes are off, so there we go.
Yep. Just out of curiosity, how many wagons are you jumping between here?
Oh, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 9.
Nice.
Just give it another count. Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9.
9. So 3 more than when you left the server last.
Ooh.
I had a little internal debate. Do I go for 9 or 12? But I know client side, when you start to get above 10 wagons, you have difficulty seeing the back of your train.
Yes, indeed. The devs have set the very short draw distance for clients. So if we have trains longer than 10 wagons, the host, which in this case is Nick, will be able to see the entire train. But for me, being a client connected to Nick, I will only be able to see back about 10 cars. So it's a bit of a downside to playing on multiplayer servers, especially when the trains get longer and longer.
Yeah. I think in our case, though, we can manage it for now if we keep trains to length of 10. Ideally, in some cases, you want them 12, such as the logs for
Yeah, that would
loading.
help with the double loading, wouldn't it? Yes.
In the case of this train, 9 or any multiple of 3 works out well, because the planks only need to be loaded in a ratio of 1 to 2 to the actual lumber.
Indeed. So that's kind of useful, actually. Yeah. Yes, it does get a little bit unnerving on multiplayer servers when you're trying to pull a very, very long train up a track that's not very good for keeping things on the rails. Because you can't really see what's going on at the back of the train, so you end up reaching your destination and sort of counting the wagons again just to see that, you know, You've arrived with as many as you departed with.
Yeah, that's why personally I cannot wait for that Bobber Caboose to be released.
Oh yeah, the caboose would be awesome because, especially in a multiplayer server, you could have the driver up at the front and then another player acting as the guard in the rear wagon. So can't wait for that to be released. I've seen the renders of it on the official Discord, and it is looking really good. Right, I need to get back to the front of the train actually, because we're going to need to junction left into the sawmill, don't we?
Yep. Might need just a little bit of regulator to get us around this corner.
Okay, so the second one here wants to go junction that way. I get my lefts and rights mixed up, don't I? This one's junction left into the sawmill. Okay, I believe your route is set. There isn't another set of points up here, is there?
There is, but I believe it's just the dummy points at the moment.
Yeah, there is a set of points and it is set the right way, so you are clear to come back into the loading bay.
Right, we need to do some more deforestation in a moment. There's a couple of trees there you can't see when you spin.
Kind of blinds the curve, doesn't it, that?
Yeah.
And we are missing a bit of groundwork here too, but that's okay because we're about to do some building over here anyway, so it's okay. The mighty floating rails will hold the weight of our train for now.
It's okay, we've only brought the porter, that's nice and light.
Yeah. But like I say, we'll fix this anyway because we're about to build here, so we should probably build first. I don't think there's enough space here to really back it all the way up and fully load, so yeah, if we hooked it up to if we hooked it up to the rest of the loop now, then we'll be able to pull it back as far as we want to load it, so
Yep.
Right. I think it would be sensible if we lay down the point over here first and then hook it round towards where we want it to go.
Yep. Sounds like a good plan.
And this bit of track might need to be reduced a little bit. I did give myself a lot of room for this head shunt.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how long
it's
the
difficult.
Class 70 is.
It's difficult to eyeball how long the Class 70 is when you haven't got one around, but yeah, I think I've probably given myself a bit too much space here, so yeah, I think this head shunt could be reduced a little bit if we need to.
Yeah. Or if it comes to it, we can curve it anyway.
True, you could always have a curved head shunt, doesn't have to be a straight one, does it?
Yeah. Either way, we can lop a bit off for now.
Right, so just after this curve was where we're going to put in the points. So if we demolish this lot, we'll need to get rid of the raised groundworks as well, because we need the track to be on this level.
Yeah. See how that one looks. It's a bit close. We can probably get away with that though.
Oh, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think with any bit of track that comes off this, I think the edge of the mountain is probably going to interfere with it a little bit. Oh, we might get away with that.
Yeah.
It's very close though, isn't it?
Yeah, you are going to be sort of curving as well.
Oh, hang on. No, there's an elevation change going on there.
Oh, that's not going to work. And no.
That's not going to work. No. Perhaps if we tried with a point that goes the other way instead. Because, you know, that was a right-handed. What if you tried a left-handed?
Yeah, that's actually a better idea, because it's going to start setting you up for your curve.
Can't find a link. Are you able to do it? Because I wasn't getting a notification for a link there. So
switch left.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, we don't have to put any groundworks under.
Yeah, so this will be fine. You've got the straight and coming off onto the groundworks we've already got.
Yeah. And hopefully that curve
should be able to go around here. I'm just going to do this real quick.
Yeah.
Just put another load of groundworks inside this curve.
Okay, you may have to get rid of this one. Just so it doesn't interfere.
It's just roughly placing them down at first. I mean, we'll be redoing the groundworks anyway.
Yeah.
Once the track is down, so.
I'll stay over here, ready to demolish if needed.
All right. Yeah. Do we want to chop that tree down? Might want to move Betsy back a little bit, because we're obviously going to be joining about here anyway.
Yeah. Where's that? Ooh.
Just demolish this track here.
Got a bit of boiler pressure.
Yeah, that's nice actually. If we have the straight section end about here, because that's the end of the platform anyway, and then we curve it round up there. Right, curve track building. I definitely need more practice with this. What angle would you say that curve is?
Let's come over here and look straight back at it. Get out the way, tree. Yeah, you're probably looking about 95, 100 degree.
Let's have a go at I think 27 might be a bit too much actually. 15-degree curve radius maybe? Let's give this a try, see where it turns out. that's too shallow. That's already coming off the groundworks. So
Yeah.
no, that's not going to work. So a bit more angle than that.
If we need to, we can rebuild the far end. The big thing is obviously going to be clearing the edge of the mountain.
Let's go with a 25-degree angle, see where that gets us. Oh, this might be too much actually. Yeah, I'm coming off the inside of the curve now. That's going over here. Alright, so 25 is too much then, let's try 20.
Oh yeah. Catching up on the chat. Kev says it's actually a good place to have that firewood, as you can unload one wagon in there and the rest go in the water. Indeed, Kev, if you're still there. Actually missed the chat there. Wasn't always intended to be there, but it was a happy coincidence it fits. And yes, we can unload both at the same time.
I think I might need to put it there on my own save, you know, because yeah, that turned out to be a really, really good placement for it. Try slightly more, maybe 22 degrees. Sorry, I wanted to add on another segment to see if I can actually get this to straighten up properly, because the issue I have when you're trying to do curve bits like that is that it does this weird wiggle right at the start.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if doing two small straight segments before you go into the curve will help to fix that. So if we got rid of that, would we be able to then connect that nicely onto the end of this? Because that's a nice straight bit under there still. The answer is not really.
Yeah, the only way I've found to kind of start your curves is to lay you straight for about 5 sleepers, and then your first few sections of track that you lay, do 5 sleepers, put a segment.
I think the first section might just have to be a small one. Right, let's just have one of these first. And if we do that, let's go with 22 degrees, see where that gets us. Now, first section here, let's do it just, say, that long. And then we go to full length segs. Oh, look at that. It's an even worse wiggle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's not
Oh,
great.
ouch.
So maybe the first 2 or 3 segments, then we do it really small. Also, I think that angle was a little too much again, so maybe back down to 20, I guess. Oh, that was 20 that last one, wasn't it? So, let's try 19, I think. $19 is not enough. Oh, this is tricky, this one. I don't think we're going to be able to do it on an exact curve, because...
I was going to say, 19.5?
I was about to say, 19 wasn't enough, and 20 was a bit too much, so... we might have to go down to decimal points on the angles here. But... what happened over here? Ugh. It's still horrendous is what happened over there. Have a look at that before I delete it. That's tried it with 2 shorter segments before going into a curve, and
yeah, that's Derail City right there.
that was 19, that's not enough, so... oh, sorry. Yeah, that one wasn't enough, but 20 was too much. I might just have to adjust the curve as I go.
Yeah, it's possible to do that, so...
Let's start off with a gentler curve and start going a bit sharper as we move along. So let's start off with some 16s. There, and then if we up that to 20. Try a little bit more angle here. That didn't quite result in success. But I got close.
Oh, unfortunately not this end though.
Oh, it's gone all janky this end as well. Ew.
Yeah. Wonder what's causing that, because I know you're capable of laying smooth curves. The only other thing is, do we do the curves like that and then delete the janky bit and lay freehand?
Ugh.
Yeah, that's... Oh,
I need all the practice
double
of this.
jank.
I need all the practice of this. It's not going well, is it? But this wasn't quite right anyway. You'll see when you get to the other end. I got closer than I've been so far, but
Oh yeah. What angle was that?
that was varying.
All right.
So yeah, let's give that another go then.
So if we can get it smooth and get it close, as I say, we can adjust this. Because I don't think... No, this isn't the smoothest track on the Y anyway, so it'd be no great shame if we have to relay the Y. And talking of Ys, I wish we could have Y turnouts rather than left and right. I need one that goes left and right.
That failed as well.
Oh.
But how did that look on this end? Because I tried a different starting technique and yeah, it's done that.
You know, I could accept that personally. May bow out slightly, but it's going to be smooth.
I don't know why I just can't. It's just the way how the game does it, I guess. But for some reason, it can't just go immediately into that turn without doing a little flick in the opposite direction first. And I think that was what was causing the issues when we were using the smaller sections to start off with.
Yeah.
But yeah, why does the game insist that it has to do a little flick in the opposite direction before it goes into a curve? I do not know, that one seems a bit weird to me.
I have a sneaking suspicion that the dev is a secret drifter. He likes the old Scandinavian flick.
Yeah. Don't think anyone mentioned to him that you're not supposed to do that with trains. Alright, since I'm not having any luck going that way, let's try going this way for a bit. See what happens. And if all else fails, we'll end up doing this freehand. Oh, this is missing by a long shot.
I was going to say, is it even
really?
curving?
It was, but I'm missing by... It was completely missing the groundworks. We might have to freehand this. It's not really what I want to do, but I think the game is going to win in the end. Right, let's see, how does this look?
Is this the freehand attempt?
This is the freehand attempt. That doesn't look terrible. Ooh, except for this bit. That looks terrible. That's gone too sharp all of a sudden. That's better.
There's some things off there.
Oh, so that looks alright, doesn't it? I guess one way to test this curve is to drive something over it. So let's go set some points over here and drive something over it. Well, that seems happy enough.
Call that success then.
Yeah, it didn't even have any of the wagons bumping around, so the curve is definitely smooth enough.
How's that look? Dare I even look?
Is this freehand or using the angles?
Using the angles. Ah!
Yeah, there's a little bit of jank there. I can see where you started doing the angle.
I think the problem is, as soon as you try and stretch it out, because if you look, you can see where I've done sort of 5 sleepers of straight,
oh, I see,
5 of curve, 5 of curve, and then yeah, as soon as you try and pull it out.
I'm guessing this bit here was extended to full length, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
well, that should fix fairly smoothly actually. If you want to delete the next section as well, because this is, you can see where the track is trying to straighten itself out to do the Scandinavian flick.
Yeah.
So if we just sort of freehand between where you are and this bit, that should connect up quite nicely actually. And then over here it's pretty much going to be a straight line all the way down, isn't it?
Over here, what we're going to need is where this straight section is. It does look straight, doesn't it?
Looks pretty good, yeah.
I guess if we put a cross on the end, that will confirm it. Crossover, boop. And just for good measure, crossover, boop.
That looks fairly parallel. Sort of, yeah. Kinda. Actually, maybe not quite.
No, I think there is a couple of degrees in there still.
Yeah, it's pointing slightly towards the right. But very, very slight.
Oh, and I think I was lifting the train up slightly, so if we get rid of that section, Do
you want it to absolutely be parallel to this track? Because I was about to say we could just put 2 crosses down here and that's what you aim for connecting this to.
Yeah.
Or is that going to be too far apart actually?
No, I think we go 2 crosses, yeah.
Yeah, let me just try something.
I'm thinking we want to get it. Oops.
Oh, whoops, that's dropped Betsy.
Yeah,
my bad.
I ideally want it lining up, so when we get this other end, mind you, we've got to bring it round the curve, haven't we, to the point, so. And how's that sitting? Is that flat or going up? I think that's sitting flat. Right, so that's the issue we've got. Is, mind you, doesn't matter, does it? I was going to say the issue we've got is the passing loop's going to be too short, or the angle's going to be all off. But if we get the train pulled and then put a set of points here on that straight, think would be okay.
That's not parallel. Yeah, I'm going to need you to re-roll Betsy.
Yep. 1 second. Yeah, I'm thinking if we try and do the yard off this angle, this track is not going to meet up with that one. The only other alternative is we stick a set of points in where this goes straight to aim over there, and then have our yard facing over there.
Yeah, I've got myself a new thumbnail.
And have them all loop. Oh, Betsy hanging in the ether.
Betsy just there and you posing in front of it.
Move the pin. Re-rail Betsy. Now, which way do we want Betsy facing?
I don't think it matters really.
Oh,
I think it's colliding with the platform as you're dropping it. There we go.
there we go. Yeah.
Oh, you bashed a wagon with it. Oh, okay.
What's happened?
You just sent a wagon flying off into the sunset.
Really?
Oh, and it just respawned again.
I'm guessing because I was messing around with a point on your screen. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on my screen it went flying off into the sunset and then just respawned again behind me. So, magic trick.
Oh yes, that needs clipping. Hey Slim.
Yeah, we'll clip that in a minute.
Welcome to the
Hey, Slim.
video. Yeah, I'm guessing on my screen because I had a set of points out. It was tail end was connecting with the wagon.
Yeah, quite possibly.
And client side, it sees it flying.
On my screen, it definitely saw the switch being thrown around, and I think there was a collision on my end, and it just sent the wagon, yeeted it up into the sun.
Oh, 201's here, so yeah, that's definitely the end of the train.
Yeah, it's definitely the end of the train, but yeah,
It's nearly the end of the wagon.
It was nearly the end of the wagon. Yeah. So you definitely want that switch there that you're standing on. And the passing loop needs to come off this bit here, right?
Well, that's what I'm debating, whether we actually move the train forward and put the start of the passing loop on this straight, and then we'll leave this point in for the actual yard.
What angle is this curve?
That's what
Okay,
I was trying
I'm
to
having a
look
thought.
at.
I'm having a thought here. Yes, let's move the train forward.
Yeah, so we don't have any more wagon yeet shenanigans.
Yeah, we don't want to go chasing off after those. I've done enough of that this week. Chasing off after runaway wagons. I'm not saying it's something that happens a lot, but it's something that happens a lot.
Oh, you will go and hop around.
Oh, I left my bell behind.
Could it? Actually, have we got any brakes on this? Nope.
Nope,
One
brakes aren't on.
second. What are you doing? Camera angle. I don't want to be on the roof of the train. Thank you. Okay, try to bring it back in again now.
Alright, should be able to connect that.
Yep. And brake is off. Come on, Betsy.
Yeah, come on, Betsy, you got this. Whole train was pulling it backwards for a minute. Kev says that wagon yeeting only happens when I'm around.
Oh, the evidence was right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that should do you. Rear of the car's level with the platform.
Actually, I'm going to go forward just a little bit more. Because if I stop Betsy right here, with a noticeable absence of bell because it is over here, oh, I don't think I can ring the bell because the freight wagon's here. Ah. I was trying to ring the bell, but I can't. I think it's because the freight wagon's underneath it, but yeah, usually when a bell like that gets left behind, you can just stand there ringing it. Especially on a multiplayer server, if someone else is driving that locomotive and has sort of gone off to the other end of the map or whatever, but the bell is still standing there in front of you, you can just stand there ringing it, and the player's sort of wondering, well, why is my bell ringing?
Brilliant. Unfortunately, I can't see the bell on my screen. Yeah, it's not quite enough angle, is it?
Oh, that's yeah. We're going to have to move this point backwards, I think. If we move it back far enough so that we can get an angle off this onto the loading bay.
Yeah.
I reckon it wants to go back by about two crosses. In fact, let's move them back by one, see where we end up.
So glad this doesn't cost yet.
Oh yeah, this is when they start adding a price to doing all this, then yeah, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? The amount of times that we delete stuff and then rebuild it because it's not right.
Into there. Yeah, if Slim thinks he needs to move it all, we really need it.
To make that a nice gap, I think we're going to have to go back 2 after all. So let's go back another one. In fact, let's just get straight onto there.
Yeah, I think you could make that work.
Yeah, if we
Move the
push
curve
this back a little bit,
yeah.
that will hook onto there then, won't it? Yeah, yeah, that'll work.
Is that on the curve? That should be. Give you the groundwork to work with.
Just wondering, is that a little too high?
Yeah, it seems right.
I made a mess of that, but yeah, there's a slight gradient change there. That groundwork is not quite at the same level as the point was. Alright, well, there's the groundwork that this track over here was made from. Well, it's probably all gone by now, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we...
Yeah. Alright, I'll tell you what then.
So,
Just delete that temporarily.
trying to see
I'll
if there's
extend this
any-
groundwork back so that the points can work off this. Is that gonna work actually? No, that's still below the groundwork, isn't it? Yeah, exactly, Slim. We're getting a too much slope error. Let's do that. Now that should be sitting on the groundwork now. That's where that'll be where the gradient is. Then if we whack that down, and then another one over here. So it's further over than it used to be. Did I put a bit too long straight over here? I think I might have done. Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. I think we need to
Right, cancel that.
pull that out and...
Let's pull this out to about half what it was.
Up there.
Oh, that'll be fine. There we go. That looks like it's a bit more in. Oh, hang on a minute. What? It's doing a weird angle. It's doing a weird angle.
Oh, yeah, we're floating. Why is that?
I think it's because this end is still sticking up in the air, isn't it? There you go. Hopefully that should have a little flat bit on the end there now. There we go, that looks better. That's not floating anymore, not a funny angle. That's probably okay. Doesn't look too sharp.
I think that'll work.
And then this one here is going to go onto the passing loop over there, isn't it? So
Yeah. Oops. I have noticed one little thing there.
Huh?
Yeah, I realised why that last section has that kink. Because it's dropping down.
Oh, are they not on the same level?
No, so what I might have to do is just delete that last tiny section and relay. So I'm pretty sure that track isn't on the level anyway, which you experienced when you tried to pull away. The train
Yeah, it
tried
isn't quite
rolling
on the
back
level
on
either.
you.
It's not quite on the level, you're quite right. This end's sloping down a bit as well.
How bad is it? I don't think that'll be too bad though. It doesn't look as if it's jumping down awkwardly.
Hmm. That is probably okay. How bad does it look over here though?
On that other side track, I think it just needs pulling out longer. It's just here that the problem is. If you come and look at it from the side.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's why it looks a bit janky. The issue you're going to have is as soon as you try and put in groundworks, you're potentially just going to move the problem further along, further along. unless you get it straight.
That's a bit better.
Actually, yeah. I was going to say if you had to straighten it up, you'd put in more groundworks and then just essentially drag from the other end to smooth it, but that works.
I think that works, yeah. Alright, so let's chuck down some higher ballast.
And all I need to do this end is demolish. Switch right. Place this. And it's not going to stretch.
Oh, you're putting another switch over here, huh? Hmm. Oh, that's going off into the yard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean to alarm anybody,
Join.
but I think
that.
we're being followed.
Rubbery.
Big Crow Aziela. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. Right, I'm going to ballast this bit of track then from this end.
Yep. Oh. What on earth is going on? As I've put that bit of track in, I've now got another gradient going up. Now we've got an incline there. Is this set of points going downhill?
Yeah, that set of points is actually angled downwards, isn't it? Slightly.
Yeah. Right. That's not going to work.
It's because this bit here is angled upwards.
If anything, that should push.
This groundwork is not on a level.
Up.
Yeah, this bit of groundwork that you're standing on is not on a level with the bit over here that this track was on. We've somehow gone up slightly over here.
And somehow we've lost a big chunk of track.
Huh? Oh.
Yeah, what happened to our beautiful track? I guess it does, in theory, give us the opportunity to relay it all on the level.
Yeah, that looks alright.
Yeah, so... Is there any height issues? I see, yeah. From that point you've just laid starts going uphill. But how on earth does that work? Because we know the inner radius is level. So the outer radius cannot be off if the straight is level. That just does not work. Oh, my brain hurts. You wonderful, wonderful, confusing game.
Yeah, the track here, just at the end of the curve, is going down into the groundwork. It's not levelling with it, and then this tiny little straight bit at the end is then jumping back up again.
Yeah. Right, let's just get this where we want. Bit rails. Doesn't matter which way around I put that. It's over there. Demolish that. Demolish that.
Yeah, that looks a bit better.
If you could snap onto there, that would be lovely, game. No, not change switch. Snap on there. Thank you. Right, how are we looking on there now? Yeah, that's much better. The only thing that concerns me now is, as we lay out the yard, are we going to end up with the same problem repeating over and over?
We likely will, I'm afraid. At some point our groundwork didn't even, so I don't know.
What's that doing? That's... something. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Dang it.
Oh yeah, that wasn't quite level, was it? That was going... That was going upwards very slightly, wasn't it? Oof.
My dreams of a vast expanse of a yard are quickly disappearing. Although, saying that, if we're going to be keeping the trains down to a length of around 10, let's just see what we end up with. Which left? Switch left. Yeah, that's not going to work at all, Nick.
Weird. Oh well. Moving on.
Push that.
Oh, hello, Betsy.
That bit. Keep. Yes.
It's going up. It is going up. I thought this was all level. Well, I guess it's not level. So it's gone. It's going off level again.
Can't actually see where you've gone to now.
Oh, I'm around behind the on the loading bay.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can start to see it when we're laying the ballast. There is some gradient changes going on. It's minor, but it's there. But hey ho.
Yeah.
Right, that bit's done.
How much level ground do we have to work with out here?
Quite a lot. I know it's difficult to see because of all the trees, but there's quite a lot of level ground over that way.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of ideas for this yard. Obviously, trying to come down this way isn't going to work. Because by the time you get here. But I'm wondering if we...
I think you might need to put some curves in on this side and have the yard go off in this direction.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Out into the forest, so...
Go out there, balloon out at the end, and then come back down to rejoin over here.
Yeah. That might work. Right, shall we test our new passing loop? Put Betsy on the other end of the of the train. Other end of the loco. How am I going to put Betsy on the other end of the loco? That makes no sense.
No.
Betsy is cold, so let's put some fuel in.
Ah, yes. That's why I'm glad you did refill the water at least.
Yeah, although somehow just here at the sawmill we've managed to use about 100 water somehow. Don't know how we've done that.
Really?
Oh no, wait, we ran back to the freight yard again, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we ran to freight yard and back, okay. Hey Kill Bill 2, welcome back. It's been a while since I've seen you. Greetings from the Netherlands.
Yeah, I'm going to tie down
Oh yeah, didn't you say you were off
the
on
wagon.
a little holiday to the Netherlands, Kill Bill? Right, well I've got some boiler pressure in Betsy, so I'm going to back her up a little bit.
You will have some resistance. We've got a couple of brakes applied on the other end.
Oh, that's okay.
Keep her coming. Bring another car length. Half a car. And that should do nicely.
Kilby, I
Do
was
some
saying,
loading.
didn't you tell me you were off on holiday to the Netherlands at some point soon? Or alright, let's uncouple and head off round. Right, you said the handbrakes are on some of the wagons, right?
Yeah. On the tail end now, or what will become the head end.
Okay.
Nick around. Right. Yep. One set for you.
Betsy's got her bell back. Oh, you live there? Oh. Oh. Okay.
There you go. Point switched. And whilst we're at it, go ahead and replace the ballast along there.
That switch seems alright. Right, I'm just thinking, shall we fill up this train and bring it back to the freight depot and then call it a night? Because it's getting on to 10 PM now.
Oh yeah. 10:01.
Yeah. We've been streaming for just over 2 hours now. Oh, that switch is against me. There we go.
Have to keep an eye on that. We seem to have been out of sync. Got 100 beams and 90 lumber.
Oh.
Load up that last one.
Okay, I am connected.
Brakes are clear. So what we may have to do is actually bring it all the way through and load up with beams.
Load
on
up the
that
beams
end.
on the last. Yep, okay.
What are we? 88, so 12, 369. Yeah, still going to be slightly out, but not sure how we've managed that.
Oh well, not the end of the world.
No. One car length. Half a car. About that. Have to do a partial run off screen and just level them out of shell.
Yeah.
Right, we'll give it a shove for 1 car length.
Going forwards.
3. Yeah, about that. That's refilling again nicely. 95.
Just throwing in some more firewood. Actually, we want 4, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Closed door. Thank you. There we go. Should give us enough fuel to get up to the freight depot. So it says now we're going to make millions, right? Going to be millionaires.
Maybe this time next year.
True. Alright then. We are fully loaded.
Take it away, Aaron. So, let's go for a quick jog. Make sure we are clear all the way out.
We should be. We came in this way, didn't we? So I think the exit ones are still clear.
Yeah, so as long as that's correct. Oh, got to relay this curve eventually. A little wiggle in it. Yep, you're clean and clear all the way.
Looks like we came out of there okay.
Yep, tail end's clear.
Yep, Kev is saying that we're going to make millions of splinters out of this wood. Indeed, we will make millions of splinters if we manage to derail it.
Guessing he's not talking about Kung Fu Master rats. I have noticed when you...
There we go, we're on the main line now, should be fine.
Yep, tail end's round the curve. Yeah, I've noticed when you try and turn yourself around looking at the ground, you don't swivel on the spot.
Oh, don't you?
No, the camera seems to sort of take an arc.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it makes it very awkward sometimes when you're trying to turn the camera a bit to grab a handbrake. Indeed, that coupling.
Right, coming up to the freight depot.
Yep, road should be set all the way in.
And just coming into the platform. Lovely.
Okay, shall we do a joint unload?
Well, if it's going into your bank account, you might want to do that because I don't think I've joined your company yet. In fact, I could do that, couldn't I?
Oh yeah, I can see my cash going up.
Here we go.
Okay, 3 car lengths. 2. 1. Half car. And that should do you.
There you go. And if we put the handbrakes on, I can run the loco around and then we'll call it a night, I guess. Right, point is set on this side. I'll put the handbrake on this wagon.
Yep, got a
Just on the other
handbrake
one.
on the end, this end. It gives us a nice finishing balance of 1,280.
Oh, the riches. Well, at least we are profiting, technically.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we are going to have to build another track out here at some point so we can stable those cars while we use our cordwood.
Exactly, yeah. We're going to need to build a loco depot at some point when we start getting some more locomotives. And that switches against me.
Oh. With all the bell tones. Come on, get up there. There we go.
I think that flipped over just in time. I was still rolling towards it.
And switch back.
And just as the fuel counts down to 0, we'll park up Betsy here, and that'll be the end of the stream. For tonight, at least. Give me a bit of a love tap right there. That should be alright.
Yeah, we'll couple up for now.
We're all hooked up. Yeah, better switch the one behind us, just in case we end up reversing. And we can take this handbrake off thinking about it as well. Alright then. I would say that would be a pretty good way to end the stream, so let's find a nice little end view. This posing next to Betsy. There we go, lovely. So, yeah, this has been Railroads Online, doing our collaboration with Trains with Nick. Hopefully we'll be able to see the video that we recorded earlier on appearing on YouTube sometime soon. So thank you guys very much for watching, and we will see you again soon.
Yep.